Good day, everybody. This is Be Ready Dawn, and I'm back with another top 10 units from each game that's not yet in FEH. Today we are tackling Genealogy of the Holy War. And while this is a game that I myself have played, I've only played it once, so just like with the other videos, I brought myself along an expert. Today my guest is Sir Blakeblast.
Hello there, YouTube. My name is Blakeblast. FE4 is my favorite game of the Fire Emblem series.
Oh yeah, this guy's played FE4 like a crap ton, so...
Yeah, made an entire stream series myself. First thing.
Okay, so he knows how this works. I go from the bottom up. So in 10th place, we've got Kid Oifi. Look at this little bud. I have no idea what they would make him.
Me neither. Kid Oifi, that's really strange. He was never a playable unit. I know that I know in the story it's been mentioned that Oifi is under the training of Sigurd. So I'm imagining infantry sword. But I feel like they're gonna have too many infantry swords for the Genealogy series and in Fire Emblem Heroes. So I was thinking they could also probably turn him into infantry lance, which would be a weird combination, especially for like Genealogy, since the only infantry lance, quote unquote, are armor knights. As for weapons of choices, Oifi as an adult form, whenever he joins Generation 2, he starts with an armor slayer, but I'm not sure if that's a good choice for him if it was for swords.
Yeah. One thing that I did actually have in mind for him is that this thought literally just popped in my head now, is we've gotten our second child banner. Like the first one was Shadow Dragon, and this one is the current one is Sacred Stones. So we're more than likely going to get a Genealogy one, and honestly, Kid Oifi kind of exists already. It wouldn't be that hard of a stretch to make him a unit in FEH, so just saying he could be a kid, he could be like a sword cav or something, and...
Yeah, that would be really interesting.
Yeah, because they already have the art for a kid form, right? And we're looking at it on the screen, so like, it's possible. That's something that could be done.
Yeah, it's pretty possible.
Oh, I would.
As for any...
Sorry. Go ahead.
As for any personal skills or assist skills, I was thinking that it could be a positional assist skill, but then I was thinking about it, and I'm thinking about what he does in the story, and I'm thinking some healing skill, like Ardent Sacrifice, would be much more worthwhile for him, seeing how he pretty much sacrifices himself for in the story. Not like sacrifice his life or anything like that, but he endures a lot for something Sigurd pretty late into the game.
Oh yeah. I would pull the heck out of the banner if we got like Kid Oifi. That'd be so cool, honestly.
As for stats, I imagine it's going to be around like his adult form, which will be like high HP, okay strength, defense and speed are alright, and terrible rest, which is kind of like the most bland stats overall, but I don't know what else they could do with him, to be honest.
Yeah, that's fair. So in 9th place we have Aida, and I do hope I got the right picture.
Yeah, that is the right picture for Aida.
Because like when I tried to type in and find her, it popped up with a whole bunch of different people, and I'm like, I think it's this one.
Yeah, but that is the right Aida. It's just the fact that FE4 reuses a lot of portraits. If they ever do remake that game, they should.
Oh, an FE4 remake would be beautiful.
Yeah. But if anybody's confused, Aida is the girl, or the woman that, helps out Arvis that takes over Bill's Homer. While Arvis is in Granville. Yeah. So for her kit, I'm imagining that she's going to be a fire infantry, because she was a mage knight. No, not a mage knight. A war mage. Female war mage. But she could also be a sword infantry, since she also has a sword with her. Yeah, they could... A miracle sword, to be exact.
Yeah, they could kind of make her do... I wonder what... if they really wanted to get fancy, they could be like, hey, let's give her a flame sword. And like have a built-in distant counter.
Yeah, that could be a pretty cool thing they could think about. But at the same time, I feel like they're not gonna give us magic weapons yet.
Not yet, but eventually they have to power creep what they have, and that's the only way to do. That's the only thing they haven't done yet, right?
As for skills, there's pretty much easy options like blazing or rising flames. That's like generic Ground Hero Battle area of effect skills.
Yeah.
Or if they give her the sword treatment, they could give her Miracle in reference to the Miracle Sword.
That'd be interesting. One thing that I'd like to think of is no matter what they do with her, she's going to be a red unit. She's going to be a sword or a red tome, but she's going to be red.
Yeah,
so.
she's going to be a red unit since she's the Tomer. Fire.
Exactly.
Fire is red.
It's kind of like all wind.
As for other skills, I also imagine that Aida may have Desperation. And that's just due to the fact in reference to Adapt. And so due to the way that Desperation works, it's like a second attack of sorts. And Desperation is doing your attacks all together if it's a follow-up attack. As for stats, okay res, bad defense, okay speed, just good HP. I don't know.
Yeah, that sounds like a pretty decent summarization of Aida for sure. Next up in 8th place. Oh, you wanted to add one last thing for Aida?
Yeah, she sounds like a perfect Ground Hero Battle candidate, if anything.
Oh, probably. I could see them making her a demote for sure. In the 8th place is someone I hope is not a demote, because he comes with a legendary staff. I really wanted to flip his portrait upside down because he is the original Claude.
Father Claude.
Father Claude, all hail Father Claude. His, what was it, the Valkyria staff it was called?
Yeah.
Yeah, that staff saved my run so many times. Oh my god. So good.
I have no idea what they're going to do with the Valkyria staff. I imagine it's going to be offensive, since I can't imagine they're going to add, the mechanic of reviving a unit. Since that already kind of sits in the game with those special items, like Light Blessing.
Yeah, and especially with the fact that it's a legendary staff, but its only use, the only thing it does, is just revive dead units, and that's a little too broken. So they'd probably just give him some generic kind of staff, or they could make it a support staff with damage reduction, kind of like what they did with Flame. Because reviving a unit, keeping a unit alive, it's kind of the same-ish area. But, if they don't do something like that, they're gonna make him a demote, because every freaking staff gets demoted these days. The last 5-star, pure 5-star staff unit we had was Flame. How long ago was that? Oh, no, actually, it was Sarah. Sarah was the latest one, and that was...
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, she was in Thracia. I remember because I just pulled her the other day. I'm like, oh yeah, she exists. So she was the last 5-star one.
And the kill staff was an offensive stat, which has very interesting mechanics, which... I did not research, but if I imagine they made the Kia staff into offensive staff, which was just Cure Stone, then I imagine they're going to turn the Valkyrie staff into an offense staff. Maybe it has to do something with not making the unit move or something like that.
Oh, so kind of Brave Camilla's staff with that has gravity built into it.
Yeah,
that'd be kind of cool.
As for Claude's assist staff, he starts off with a Fortify when he joins in FE4. So I imagine it's going to be just a Physics Plus or something like that. As for its other skill, is Trigger skill, that'll probably just be heavily light, and it's heal to all the units on the map.
Yeah. That'd be pretty cool.
As for stats, high res, high HP, decent magic, probably bad math speed, and terrible defense.
Oh yeah, he'd probably have 30-ish speed and 15 defense, because
Yeah. He was the highest res unit in the Generation 1 of FE4.
Yeah. Next up we have Lombard, and he is an enemy boss. He's, isn't he someone's dad or granddad or something? I can't remember his...
Lex's dad.
I thought so. I mean, Lex is already in the game, so,
Yeah. And Lombard, he's going to be an absolute beast if he gets added into heroes. So he's an Axe Knight, so yeah, obviously Axe Knight. As for his weapon, Hellswath, that weapon's insane in FE4. It has high might, 30 might, well, all legendaries have 30 might. But it has 1-2 range, grants 20 defense, and 10 res. So I imagine this Hellspath's going to grant like 5 defense and 3 res, and then have built-in distant counter on it.
Yeah, like it's basically a legendary hand axe that grants stats, which is absolutely insane. And yeah, I could honestly see like I'd say like +5/+5 or +7/+7 to defense and res. Or wait, no, when it's just him holding it. Like I could see the axe granting those bonus stats, and then like +3 defense, as just because it's a legendary weapon. So it's like he'd get like +8 defense total or something, and then +5 res. And then yeah, it could definitely have have distant counter built in, or he could just come with distant counter, one of two. If they wanted to get fancy, they could give him near or far save depending on his stats. That'd be pretty cool. I mean, we don't have we already have an extra unit. Dedu had near save, so maybe they give this guy far save just to have funsies.
If they're going to add him into heroes, I imagine they're going to probably give him somewhat of the same treatment as the Black Knight, but just updated.
Yeah, I mean, I'd still be okay with that, because even the Black Knight had Allanite that still has built-in DC, which is very, very, very... That was like the last time we got a free unit with DC.
Yeah. And if I remember correctly, that was a Tempest Trial unit, but since Lombard was an enemy, he's most likely going to be Grand Hero Battle.
Mm-hmm.
As for any trigger skills, Pavis, because that's the skill that he had in the game, Pavis, due to his class. As for other skills, defense-oriented, kind of standard. Mm-hmm. As for stats, high HP, defense, very slow, bad res, and that's pretty much it.
Oh yeah, I could see him having like Bold Fighter, or I can't remember, Bold Fighter, Vengeful Fighter. I think Vengeful is the enemy phase.
Yeah.
And I could see him being an enemy phase tank, so probably Vengeful.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, especially since he's guarding a castle during the events of FE4.
Yeah, and it's like you have to kill him to take that castle, but like, dang, he's not easy to kill.
Yeah, has probably one of the highest defense in the game.
Mm-hmm. So the next one up is Beowulf, and Beowulf was a cav, wasn't he?
Yeah, he was a sword cavalier.
Mm-hmm. I remember because I paired him with Ira, and I was like, haha. I don't know why I did that, but I was like, why not?
Yeah.
So, sword cav seems like a really good guess for him.
Yeah, Beowulf is a bit speedy, and overall just pretty much a pretty decent sword knight.
Mm-hmm.
I don't really see much interesting going on to it, other than the fact that you could probably give him his own personal sword, the Beowulf sword, which exists in Tracia 776.
Does it?
Which is given to like... Yeah, it exists in Tracia 776. It's given to the armor, which implies that Beowulf is his father, which implies Lachesis cheated on Finn or something like that.
Yeah. That's amazing. I mean, not for Finn, but you know.
Yeah.
Just the fact that they did that, that's so funny.
Seeing the Beowulf sword actually belonging to Beowulf over decades later, that would actually be kind of poetic. That
would be amazing, actually.
And the Beowulf sword is really insane in Tracia 776, as it grants you Vantage, but also grants you Wrath. So if that thing's in Heroes, GG.
Wrath? Holy crap. Because we have both those skills in face, so like he'd probably have one built into the weapon and the other one in a B slot. Because they're both those are B slots, so that's how I think they do it. They wouldn't give them both in the weapon. I mean, it's possible. Maybe in a refine they would, but I think initially they would probably give him his weapon one of them, and then the other one in his B slot, just to balance it out.
Yeah, so overall, Beowulf, I don't really... As for stats, it's gonna be probably HP, decent speed, decent strength, and okay defense and bad rest.
Yeah, probably. I can see that.
Yeah. So overall Beowulf, I don't really see anything interesting with his stats, but if they give him the Beowulf sword and make it somewhat faithful, I could totally see him a very interesting unit overall.
Oh yeah, for sure. I'd be interested, that's for sure. Next up is I know her as Ideen, but apparently her name, according to Faye, is Idane. But either way, I know her as the pretty healer chick, who I think is probably going to be a demote because she doesn't come with anything special in the game, I don't think. and they love giving female healers the demote treatment. So.
Yeah, I don't see anything interesting with Aida either, or Aida. So you have interesting staff. She started with a man staff, and depending on some of the events of FE4, she can get a rescue staff. Also, she also gets a warp staff, but I don't think they're going to give warp in Fire Emblem Heroes just yet, or probably never, since that sounds like a too much broken of a skill.
Unless they put like a limitation on it, where like because I mean, like, let's face it, we just got Kitana. Kitana can move like 5 freaking spaces. What I'm thinking for the warp staff is like, you can only warp an ally next to another one, so it'd be like a warp Wings of Mercy without the HP requirement. That'd be kind of interesting. Or you can only like use warp on a character and like move them like 2 spaces or something from their starting point or from wherever they are.
Yeah, that sounds pretty interesting overall.
Yeah, I don't think there's a whole lot else to really add when it comes to Edain, because like she's kind of she's a great character. Don't get me wrong, she's a really good character, but as a unit turning into Fae, it's kind of like there's not a whole lot they can really do with her. So I can see just demote easy.
Yeah, I can totally see her as demote material. As for stats, be okay HP. She doesn't have that good of a magic growth, ironically enough. Near and res. She just has pretty decent res at her start. I can just see her on mod say okay stats overall. Nothing really upsetting.
Yeah, that's fair. Next, and I have to say this, it's the dude who I thought, and I'm pretty sure a lot of us thought, was actually a lady. So, you know, dude looks like a lady, it's in Midir. I mean, tell me this doesn't look like a girl.
Yeah.
But no, Midir was a cavalry archer, so, mounted archer in Fae. Demoed or not, I don't know. Did Midir come with any skills or anything in particular that's really good?
Midir came with a cost, and since a cost is not a set of Fire Emblem Heroes, I imagine they could just give him either Desperation or Quit Riposte to try to like imitate skill.
Actually, I think in a roundabout way, it does exist in Fae. It's the guaranteed follow-ups.
Oh yeah.
So maybe his weapon, or his weapon could be that, or it could be like or honestly, he could come with like odd or even follow-up. I mean, we've seen that being given to. I don't know if that skill is armor locked though, because I know it came with Christmas Hilda had one of them, but I can't remember if they're armor locked or not. But I mean, if they aren't, the follow-ups would be kind of because with the cost, what was a cost? It was a cost he came with, right?
Yeah. Cost.
Was that a guaranteed follow-up, or was that a maybe follow-up?
Okay, so that's probably where some confusion starts up. It was a guaranteed follow-up in FE5, Tracia, but in FE4, it was a chance.
Yeah, because Pursuit was the guaranteed
times.
one. Yeah, so I could see it being odd or even follow-up, because there's the off chance he might not make a follow-up attack in Genealogy, so I think an odd or even follow-up would be like perfect to summarize a skill technically, so I think that would work pretty good.
Yeah. As for stats, I imagine just decent HP, okay, something about speed, alright attack, and okay defense, and just bad res.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
A lot of units in MP4.
Yeah, there's not really a whole lot of magic tanks in FE4. I mean, Claude is one of the few in Gen 1. That's about it.
Yeah.
Okay, so next we got Noish, I call him. He's another sword cav. I don't think he comes with anything spectacularly awesome. I think he's pretty generic, even skill-wise. Did he come with any skills?
He comes with critical and a cost.
Oh,
so probably
okay.
a follow-up. Follow-up related skill. As for how do you say critical, they could probably give him a skill that accelerates trigger.
Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah. Okay, so he kind of
like. As for stats, he could be how do you say somewhat bulky, like decent HP, defense, and attack. but I imagine bad speed and rest.
Oh yeah.
Afterwards.
Like, what I was thinking is, like, they could... He would be like a mounted, kind of like a mini Ares if they really wanted to do it that way, just, like, not quite, like, with the sword cav, accelerate, special trigger acceleration, but, like, stop at that, pretty much. So it's like, a nerfed Ares is... a nerfed Ares with odd or even follow-up. Is basically what he would do, which is kind of funny to me.
I don't imagine they're going to add Knowledge first before they add Alec. I feel like they should belong together.
Yeah, they really do.
Because in the first chapter, in the prologue, they can, if Alec and Noish can, always guaranteed to kill an enemy if you set in, both of them to attack one enemy.
Mm-hmm.
Almost. Except for, like, the tankier ones, which were, like, the hand axe.
Yeah.
Dragons.
So goodbye, my dear. And our second place. So Noish is actually third place. Second place belongs to Chulain, but we all know him as Holin.
Oh man, Holin. I really like this unit.
Oh, he's so good in Genealogy. I love him. And his recruitment is so unique. I don't think we've seen this once in Fire Emblem, like after this, and then that's it. I don't think it ever happens again. Yeah. So, it's pretty cool. I think I was discussing with you prior to this, is like, I could see, as much as I want him to be a sword infantry, I think Faye's gonna do him dirty like they do all mercenaries and give him an axe for stupid reasons.
Yeah, that would be extremely weird if they give him an axe. But at the same time, I feel like he's going to definitely be a sword unit. And the reason for that is because I feel like they may add a Regno Luna. Kind of like they did to Ira, give her Regno Astra.
Oh, that should be pretty good, yeah.
As for the Regno Luna, I imagine it's probably going to be based on defense or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
I know that Holden is one of the more bulkier units in FE4, as he's like the only other unit that's not Sigurd nor Quan that has some 110 HP growth in Gen 1.
Mm-hmm.
So, high HP, decent defense, alright speed. Probably, bad, not bad attack, but okay attack and bad rest.
Yeah. He'd be more like defense and HP based than attacker speed, and especially res, but it'd just be a dump stat for sure again.
Yeah. But honestly, if they do add like a Regno Luna, Holden's probably gonna be the perfect candidate.
Oh yeah.
Such team.
Okay.
Maybe before they give him access.
I do hope that he does. What skills did he come with? Did he come with any?
He just comes with Luna. Pursuit is just how you say his cast skill.
Nice.
It's kind of a bad fodder for the skills, unless you're doing out Sword Children, which are like 3 candidates.
Yeah. Yeah, I just remember I loved using him. He was so broken after a little bit. Like, it took a little bit for him to get going, but once he got going, he's just a juggernaut and just slaughters everything. I do not want Faye to do him dirty. He deserves the best of the best, man.
Yeah. He does.
Okay, for first place, the most wanted unit from Genealogy Gen 1, not yet in Faye, is my boy Dew.
Oh boy, Mountain Dew.
He was even wearing... Wait, I'm colorblind. He is wearing green, right?
Yeah, he's wearing green. No,
yeah.
He's wearing yellow.
Oh.
Not green.
Well, it's the color of Mountain Dew to me, so it still counts.
Yeah.
Oh.
Dew's definitely going to be an interesting unit to see how they're going to go. I don't imagine they're going to make it a sword unit, but since they like to go with the routes of turning thief units into dagger units, they could turn him into a dagger unit. But at the same time, he starts with soul. I don't remember if there's any dagger units that have soul, or they can't even inherit soul.
In Faye, they can, because soul's just a special, right? It's just a healing special. So I know they can. Yeah. I know they can receive it. So it would be cool if he just started with it. That'd be pretty neat.
As for any type of special type of soul, it's probably going to be special, but I don't imagine they're going to be using like Regno soul or something like that, because Dew is not royalty. Chulain was how you say of a noble house. That's why I was going with Regno Luna.
Yeah. For Dew, I want to say he'd be like a colored dagger, because it's been so long since we've had a colored dagger.
Yeah. I definitely feel like he's going to be a colored dagger. As for what color? Green.
Yeah,
and
I was
why
going to say green.
all because tied to one of his secret events where he gets the wind sword. So I'm imagining a wind dagger, maybe effective against flying.
Ooh, okay, so kind of like a Sky Myogi dagger, kind of.
Yeah.
That'd be sweet. I'm trying to figure out what else I could possibly give him.
He also has bargain, so I imagine it could give him like the skill that grants some higher EXP or faster EXP.
Or more items from the tower. There's a skill that does that. Yeah. That'd be perfect for him.
Yeah, I think that skill, like Halloween Henry had it.
Yeah, I can't remember. I just know that that skill would be just perfect on this kid. Like, the fact that it comes with bargain, that skill is basically bargaining and giving us extra items and stuff, and it's perfect. It'd be perfect.
Yeah. As for stats, dude wasn't really, how do you say, that great with stats. He actually has the lowest HP growth in Generation 1.
Mm-hmm.
So, bad HP, bad defense, and probably okay res. And then decent, and then probably focus on the speed.
Oh yeah, he'd be a speedy boy, like 100%.
Yeah.
Why am I getting a feeling they're gonna do to him like what they did to kind of like Merlinus for whatever reason, where it's like super high speed defense and like, or like that same kind of idea where like Merlinus had super high speed defense, res, and HP, but total trash attack. For dude, it'd be like total trash HP, but good attack, really great speed, trash defense and res. Like, I could see them doing the same kind of thing.
I could totally see him as a glass cannon. Then again, dude didn't really start with any good amount of strength and FP4. He started with like 3 power. He could
barely damage anyone. Like, he got surrounded and he's dealing like 2 damage to freaking bandits, and he's just sitting there like, in a little, they have him blocked off on each side, and he just can't go anywhere. He's like, like, 2 damage twice every attack, and it's like, oh my, this is gonna take. I actually had to bail someone out and kill one of the bandits just so he could escape and go behind, just so he doesn't get like boxed in again. Like, oh, I have really bad memories to do.
Yeah, so I could totally see him with like bad strength, but at the same time, being very good against flyers because of a wind dagger of sorts.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. That actually rounds up the Gen 1 portion. Gen 2 will be a separate video, just because we got 20 units to look at instead of 10, so it just makes sense to make it its own video. Yeah, so I do appreciate you joining me there, Blake.
Mm-hmm.
And
pleasure.
and if you guys like this video, like, comment, subscribe to Blake too. Definitely check him out. He does some really awesome stuff. What are you currently working on there, Blake?
I haven't been doing much. I've been kind of relaxing so far.
Yeah, that's fair. But that just means that there's something in the works eventually, so keep an eye out for that, everyone. In the meantime, this is BA Radio Dawn signing off. Have a great day, everyone. See ya.
Take care.